Child, when a Heisman Trophy winner, the Johnny Football himself, sits down and admits he didn't even want to live anymore after the NFL, you know we're not just talking fumbles on the field. We're talking life or death level drama. Allegedly, Johnny Manziel just went on Fox's Special Forces and spilled some tea that has fans shook. From feeling shame and regret over his failed NFL career, to saying he literally gave up on himself. Ooh, but how does a golden boy go from the Heisman to heartbreak? From NFL darling to public scandal? Let's break it all the way down, because this story is wild. So y'all remember Johnny Manziel, right? Mr. Texas A&M, the 2012 Heisman Trophy winner. The next big thing who was supposed to save the Cleveland Browns? Yeah, that guy. Well, fast forward a decade, and the former quarterback is on Season 4 of Fox's Special Forces' World's Toughest Test, struggling through military-style training and spilling his guts on national TV. The confessions he made? Whew! He opened up about how his career imploded, how his life spiraled out of control, and how it got so bad he allegedly didn't even want to be here anymore. And if you watched his Netflix doc, Untold, last year, you already know some of this tea. But on Fox, he went even deeper. The rise. Johnny Football takes over. Let's rewind real quick. In 2012, Johnny Manziel becomes the first ever freshman to win the Heisman Trophy. The media goes crazy. ESPN can't stop running his highlights. He's partying with celebrities. He's got Drake name-dropping him. The NFL is drooling. Johnny Football wasn't just a nickname, it was a brand. But with all that hype came the pressure and the entitlement. Even Johnny admits now that after he won, he got treated differently and lost a huge part of his work ethic. The fall, scandals, suspensions, and shenanigans. Now here's where it gets messy. Allegedly, Johnny's off-the-field antics started to overshadow his talent. Partying and drugs. He was spotted at clubs doing the whole Hollywood lifestyle while still in college, allegedly. Domestic violence accusations. The NFL reportedly viewed him as a liability after legal issues and disturbing allegations. 2 seasons only. Despite all that hype, he lasted just 2 seasons in the NFL. 2. And then poof, career over. By his own words, he gave up on a real opportunity and walked away pretty quick. But why? Was it ego? Was it depression? Was it just too much fame too fast? Special Forces confession. I didn't want to live. Fast forward to last night's episode of Special Forces. Johnny's trying to complete this grueling physical challenge, right? And a show's directing staff, a bunch of ex-Special Forces operatives, are watching like hawks. They call him a big name who's mentally, physically falling apart already. And then, boom, Johnny cracks open. He says, I spend a lot of time on the golf course since football's been out of my life, and calls this his first real test since then. Then, in a confessional moment, he says he's been tired of struggling through days and gave up on myself, and that it's eating me alive. And y'all, he admits that looking back, he wouldn't be able to live with the shame and regret. And at one point, he didn't want to live anymore, allegedly. That's deep. That's not just a bad game. That's rock bottom. The Netflix Untold receipts. This ain't the first time he's hinted at this. In his 2023 Netflix documentary Untold, Johnny revealed he once allegedly bought a gun with the plan to use it after spending all his money and doing everything he wanted. He said, when I had gotten everything I'd ever wanted, I think I was the most empty that I ever felt inside. That's some dark, dark energy. And let's be real, how many times have we seen this? Young star, overnight fame, money, and then the crash. It's like a cautionary tale on steroids. Here's where it hits. Johnny's sitting there on Special Forces, trying to prove he's still got it physically. But what's really on display is his mental state. He's literally saying, I gave up on myself. He's showing the world that behind Johnny Football was just Johnny, a kid from Texas who got too much too soon. But also, is this his redemption arc? Is this him finally owning his mistakes and clawing his way back? Or is this just another reality TV moment to rehab a tarnished image? Chilly, the speculation is real. Johnny Manziel's story is a Hollywood movie waiting to happen. The rise, the fall, the confessions, the alleged rock bottom. but now he's out here trying to rebuild, one challenge at a time. So let's talk about it. Do y'all think Johnny is really on a redemption arc, or is this just another PR stunt to get sympathy? Can Johnny Football ever truly come back, or is that chapter closed forever? Drop your thoughts below, because this one's messy, complicated, and a little heartbreaking. And as always, keep it locked right here on Fame and Feels for the latest celeb drama, scandals, and tea. Whew!